So Kass, I want to go back to you because you make it sound so normal and casual that you just had a third kid and then you jumped into a second business when you already knew full well how difficult it is, right? You did not
Yeah.
have this naivety. Not only you knew, but you knew through a particularly hard experience of pulling your own company out of a bankruptcy. So I have 3 kids too, and I also continued building companies through that time. And I remember having a lot of guilt. Like I constantly felt like I was failing my kids, and then when I was with my kids, I felt I was failing my businesses and my employees. How did you deal with that?
I definitely absolutely relate to what you're saying. And one of the things I think I came to understanding, or at least trying to accept, was that I really only believed that I could do one thing well at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, as many people have heard me say, I definitely went into the Buddy Media days saying to myself, I am unfortunately sacrificing my kids' really early years
Mm-hmm.
in hopes that I can get back to them on a more full-time basis and a more present basis later.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I always had the guilt. And I said to myself, if I'm going to do this and I'm really going to be honest and try to get back to them, which is what I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
then I've got to be all in.
Yeah.
I struggled with purpose. I absolutely love, having my kids. And I was looking for something that drove me with a different purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I was always very motivated by helping others and teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think by the time I was pregnant with our third child, our daughter Vivian, it was kind of a great time for me to step back into it, even though I had just had her.
Yeah.
It was time for me mentally because we were really tired. I described the golf.com days as kind of limping. We were mostly alive and partly dead at all
Mm-hmm.
times
Mm-hmm.
because we were waiting for the industry to bounce back. I think personally that raising children is much harder than any day job, any entrepreneur job, anything
Absolutely agreed.
else.
Yeah.
It's way, way, way harder. I say this all the time. You can't fire your kids. You can't put them on pips.
Mm-hmm.
The skills you might learn in the office don't apply back to your family life.
Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, work was comforting to me because it
Mm-hmm.
was easier.